been a minute since I delved into the world of television, and I hadn't thought to be back anytime soon. That was until I saw A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Now, to be perfectly honest, this show was so far off my radar, I just felt that this was some unnecessary palate cleanser for House of the Dragon Season 3, which seems to be taking ages. And I have yet to be this far off the mark in 2026 with a preconception of a TV show. But this show has just overtaken House of the Dragon as the Game of Thrones representative show in my eyes. There are no dragons, just blood off the dragon. Good, bad, and I don't even know where to start with this idiot. What this show does have in spades is the earnest, funny, and heartwarming moments that have escaped its predecessors. A show with its feet planted on the ground, with the relationship between Dunk and Egg and the adventures they go on. Is it just me, or do we all want to see Dunk cross over into Lord of the Rings and visit Frodo? I mean, just the idea of him walking into the Shire is hilarious to me. But I digress. This video isn't about any of that. It's to celebrate the majesty of a great man. He's not any king or lord or some faraway land. There are no statues or plaques to remember him by, only his legacy, Dunk. I speak, of course, of Sir Arland of Pennytree, a man with a rather large squire, among other things. Before we proceed, there are currently 4 episodes of The Knight of the Seven Kingdoms out now at the time of writing, so do bear that in mind for any spoilers moving forward. We begin the series with the death of Sir Arland. Dunk goes about burying his master as best he can with what little he has. From the get-go, we feel the bond between Dunk and Sir Arland even when one of them is dead, just by the way Dunk takes care of him. Now, inherently Dunk is a kind, generous, and honorable knight, but even here we see the loss he feels. The man whom he felt was his closest confidant, the closest person he'd ever been able to call father, has now left him all alone in this world. Game of Thrones is a universe with a plethora of characters, all of whom have deeds and fame gathered across their lives. Songs are sung and the histories remembered, but I wager no maester remembers Sir Arland of Pennytree. No lord nor any king, present company excluded of course. But here we have Sir Arland, a hedge knight with no claim other than his many losses in his jousting days, and the question I ask is, why do we care so much? In a world with so many famous characters and deeds, Sir Arland might be one of the most underrated and unremarkable characters, but I believe because of this, and stick with me on this, he's responsible for the revival of chivalry among knights in Westeros. Right, so Dunk, aka the future Sir Duncan the Tall, Lord Commander of the Kingsguard and namesake of a future Crown Prince of House Targaryen, was raised by Sir Arland. He has his philosophy, his oath, and his actions all down to a T. And who is Sir Duncan's squire? Egg, or rather future King Aegon the Unlikely. But before all that, Dunk and Egg go on adventures together, and Egg learns the way of the world from Dunk and their experiences together, which then makes sense that Sir Arland's teachings have now been passed on to a future king. And in Westeros, the king and who he is plays a huge role in Westerosi society. Hence the return of chivalry and the importance of a knight's oath. Back to Sir Arland. The way the show utilizes his character, not just through a flashback or two, but as a way to add some lightheartedness to the show, a familiar face but a man we never actually met, and perhaps may have had a tad too much information on, but his involvement in A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is the first time since Season 1 of Game of Thrones that the writing of a series feels like the star of the show. Sir Arland may be no one important in the grand scheme of things, but what this show proves is that anyone can be a hero even after death. If nothing else, Sir Arland of Pennytree may not have had any worldly glory, but he left the world Sir Duncan the Tall, and in doing so he left Westeros a better place than he found it. Thank you all for watching. Please do support us by checking out our short films and our other essays, and keep chasing cinema. We really appreciate all the support you've been giving us, and we'll try our best to get more essays going and more short films out, but until that time, see you in the next one.